Hello, hello. Hi, scholars. I hope all is well. Today we're going to be reading the story Rosa's Garden. And this story is written by Eve Tonkin, illustrated by Abigail Marble, and the genre is realistic fiction. And realistic fiction it's not a true story because it's fiction, but because it's realistic fiction, it's something that uh, could happen in real life. Okay? So as we see here, we have a picture of it looks like a teacher or an adult. Looks like a few adults out there and some children putting in some work and working together. And looks like they're doing some gardening. So let's get into the story. So it looks like there are four chapters. All right, chapter one, the empty lot. Rose's neighborhood had an empty lot. Over time, the lot was filled with trash. In summer, the lot smelled pu. Everyone complained. The lot was not a safe place to play. The ground had cracks, and the kids tripped over the trash. The lot was dangerous. Okay, we have pictures of the lot. There's a bathtub there, and the bathtub does not belong in this area. Okay, so you have Jamal's mom and you have Rosa's mom. It looks like they're sitting there talking. Jamal's mom complained to Rosa's mom. I told Jamal not to play in the lot anymore. Rosa's mom replied, don't get me started. I pick up the trash in the lot all the time. I feel humiliated because I live next to the lot. Rosa stood at the window. She looked down at the lot. It was raining. The rain made puddles in the lot. The puddles looked like a big pot of trash soup. Ew. Then Rosa saw the flowers in the window boxes outside of Mr. Johnson's apartment. The flowers were pink and purple. Rosa thought the flowers were the only nice things she could see. Suddenly, she had an inspiration. So you have Mr. Johnson, he's in his window. There's a window box with beautiful flowers. There's Rosa waving, and she is inspired. So it looks like she's drawn a plan. So that night, Rosa talked to her family. Everyone complains about the lot. Well, I have an idea on how to fix the lot. She showed her family a drawing of a garden. We can make a garden, Rosa explained. Rosa's mom said, what a beautiful drawing. I love the chili plants and the pretty flowers. And Rosa's brother Diego agreed. It's really cool. Her father said, a garden is a fantastic idea, Rosa. Let's try to make your idea happen. All right, so what gave Rosa the idea for a community garden? Okay, so now let's look at this. There are some chilies, some flowers, some peppers, some broccoli, spinach, basil, cilantro, cucumbers, lettuce, carrots, and tomatoes. All right, and it looks nice. Chapter 2, Growing Begins. A month later, the city council gave the community permission to build a garden on the lot. The city council also cleared away the trash in the lot. On Saturday, the neighbors met at the lot. The neighbors began making garden beds. Diego's friend David said, this is hard work. Rosa's dad replied, hard work builds character and self esteem. A dump, a dump truck arrived with a load of dirt. The kids watched the truck empty the dirt on the lot. Then David's father arrived in a pickup truck. He yelled, the compost is here. Oh, where did my screen get away? The compost is here. I advise you to work hard. If you don't pull your weight, you will shovel compost. Okay? So, in a compost bin, I used to have a compost bin, and I would put like all of my banana peels, and whenever I would cut vegetables or fruit, I would put all the peels there and put it in my garden, and it works wonders. It really makes sure it's soil very rich and fertile. All right, so as you can see, this is a dump truck here. Everyone is working together. There's Rosa's dad right there. And let's see, there's Diego, there's David right there. All right, it looks like a lot of teamwork. Finally, where was I? Come on, come on. Finally, everyone began planting. Everyone finished planting by early evening. Diego said to Rosa, "The garden looks awesome." Then David yelled, "Look out!" He was spraying water with the hose. The kids started to dance under the spray of water. Oh man, I bet that was fun. I used to love to play in water with the water hose as a child. I think I still do, even as an adult. All right, you have some plants, and how amazing is that? That looks like bricks, and then they have the plants growing in the bricks. And oh, wow, how cool. I might have to borrow that idea. And there's a hose, and everyone's having a ball. And then there's a shovel over there. Okay, our next question is, what happened to Rosa's idea for a community garden? Okay, so you guys can stop and check and ask yourself that question. All right, chapter 3, the missing vegetables. It was almost summer in the community garden. The plants were getting hey. Okay. Um Sorry about that. It was almost summer in the community. Wait. Oh. All right, chapter 3, the missing vegetables. It was almost summer. In the community garden, the plants were getting taller. The lettuce and salad greens were growing bigger, and small tomatoes, chilies, and yellow beans were hanging on the plants. Rosa, Diego, and Maria walked to the garden on their way to school. Diego said, "I wonder if anything's ripe yet." Diego suddenly stopped. "Our plants are destroyed!" Diego shouted. Most of the salad greens had been pulled out, and some of the tomato vines were broken. Rosa's eyes filled with tears. "Come on, we'll be late for school. Mr. Johnson or Mr. Garcia will be here soon. They'll tell the others," Maria said. "Oh, how horrible! Who could do such a thing?" Rosa and Maria told their teacher, Mrs. Fuller, and their friends about the missing vegetables. Mrs. Fuller said, "Maybe an animal ate the vegetables. Did you look for animal tracks?" Rosa hesitated. There's one of our vocabulary words. "No, we don't know much about animal tracks. We can go to the library and find a book on animal tracks," Mrs. Fuller said. So there's Maria and there's Mrs. Fuller. All right. Rosa Maria is the subject of the sentence. What is the predicate? Remember, we talked about that in class. The subject tells us the who, and the predicate tells us what the who is doing. Okay. All right. After school, the children went to the garden. They saw Mr. Johnson and Mr. Garcia. Maria said desperately, "Oh no, what if they cleaned up the garden and we can't find any tracks?" Rose explained what happened and showed them a book about animal tracks. Mr. Garcia said, "Mr. Johnson and I thought it might be an animal." Mr. Johnson found animal tracks behind the tomato plants. Mr. Johnson looked at the book. Then he said, "It's definitely a raccoon. Let's call City Hall. They can send animal control officers. They're accountable for getting rid of unwanted animals," Mr. Garcia said. "Oh, those pesky little rodents." Um, okay, come on, screen. Come on down. All right, so the next day, people who worked on the garden met in Mr. Garcia's apartment. Mr. Garcia told them that other people in the community had also complained about raccoons to the city council. Mr. Garcia said, "The city council will give us a fence to help keep the raccoons out." Rosa suggested, "We should build a special gate." There's Mr. Garcia, and it looks like they're brainstorming on ideas. So what happened to the vegetables in the garden? What do you think? What do you think happened to the vegetables in the garden? The garden in bloom. A few months later, Rosa, her mom, and her friends arrived at the garden for Rosa's birthday party. The girls admired the new fence and the gate. Maria explained that Mr. Garcia helped to make the gate. Jolie asked, "Who made the beautiful sun?" Maria said, "Rosa, of course." Rosa blushed uncomfortably as the people in the community garden cheered. All right. Oh, what a beautiful entrance. It says welcome. And there's a community garden door. They have a gate and a fence. So Rosa and Maria showed their friends the garden. They picked tomatoes and bit into them. "They taste so good," Kimura exclaimed. Everyone had fun hitting the piñata. Rosa's mom brought out a huge cake. The cake was covered with flowers from the garden. Rosa smiled at her friends and neighbors. She realized that one small idea can make a big change if people work together. What lesson did Rosa bring from the community garden? Oh, wow, look at this. Union Street Community Gardens, flowers and balloons. How wonderful. What a wonderful story. Okay, you all, remember at the end of every video, there is some type of assessment, some type of questions to make sure that you understood and comprehended what the story was about. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.